This is what happens to your body when you stop eating processed sugar for 14 days. Now, you probably have seen me in the grocery store offering people $100 to quit soda for 30 days. And the reason I want them to do this is because if you really get rid of that processed sugar out of your life for even 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever it is, you are going to make massive changes in your body, which I will tell you about right now. First, we have to differentiate between stuff like fruit, which has natural sugar, and processed sugar, which is mostly high fructose corn syrup, processed cane sugar. It also hides under names like brown rice syrup, coconut syrup. You got to be really careful. We need to look into the research to see what happens if somebody eats a good amount of fruit versus a good amount of high fructose corn syrup, because you have a lot of people that will say these things are the same, that sugar is sugar no matter what. And it turns out the body really doesn't work that way. Sugar from fruit is different because how it's packaged by nature. We see this study right here, fructose-induced intestinal microbiota shift following two types of short-term high fructose dietary phases. So in this study, they had three groups. One, they just basically told eat almost no fructose, less than 10 grams per day. The other group, they gave them 100 grams of fructose, but from fruit. So they had them eat apples, pears, bananas, mangoes, whatever you want that's going to give you fructose, that fruit sugar. And then the other group, they had not eat fruit, but they supplemented their diet with 100 grams of high fructose corn syrup. And what did they find? What they found is a change in the gut microbiome of that group that was eating high fructose corn syrup. And it was a change for the negative. A high fructose corn syrup diet induced substantial differences in the gut microbiome composition compared to the fruit-rich diet. So this led to lower firmicutes and higher bacteroidetes. They also saw a reduced abundance of the genus Ruminococcus. So it does appear high fructose corn syrup can alter our gut microbiome in a negative way. So this is one of the reasons you want to start to avoid processed sugar. It also does appear that it rewires your gut to basically crave more sugar. We have different types of bacteria in our gut, and some of these bacteria really thrive off sugar. So if you're just downing sugar every single day, your gut and brain are going to get rewired to crave more. This is also why stopping this sugar can be difficult. So when you are stopping sugar, your body has these bacteria that crave that processed sugar. So you are going to go through sugar cravings. You just have to get through it. It might be a few days, it might be a week. When I first quit processed sugar almost 12 years ago, I remember getting these cravings for sugar. You're better off satisfying that with some fruit, which is also going to come packaged with this fiber, these polyphenols, these antioxidants, prebiotics, and other nutrients that are packaged by nature in fruit that help prevent that sharp insulin spike, and they also nourish your body. Fiber is going to slow down that absorption of sugar in your gut, and it's also going to provide your gut with the substrate to build more beneficial bacteria. So fruit can really enhance your gut bacteria, and processed sugar can appear to damage it. The next area that's going to change when you stop eating processed sugar is actually the very structure of your face and your skin health. This is very important for many people, as people are more vain than ever, right? We're all posting on social media. We all want to look good. When you look at the work of Dr. Weston A. Price, and we can pull up some of these jaw images from Dr. Weston A. Price right here. He was a researcher who went around to many different cultures, many different tribes, and what he noticed is that the jaw development was completely different in people who are not exposed to these Western foods, wheat, sugar. The actual mastication of real food and the absence of processed sugar have changed the jaw structure of those people that were not exposed to those things. Once it gets introduced, we see a smaller jaw, we see constricted airways, and we also see teeth rotting. This is why modern dentistry, you know this, sugar messes with your teeth. People have these big eye bags that can often be because the nose gets really stuffed when you're eating all this processed sugar, and it's damaging the actual structure of your face. And you get better air, you get more nitric oxide from nasal breathing because your nose isn't always blocked, and this can help with that. So if you look at the work by James Nestor, if you look at the work by Dr. Weston A. Price, this is something that's clearly established. So your actual face is going to look better if you stop eating processed sugar. The other thing that will happen when you eliminate processed sugar for 14 days is you will most likely lose belly fat. Now, why do I say most likely? Calories in, calories out absolutely matters. So if you eat, just tons and tons of food, even if it's good food, you can put on weight. So you need to go into a calorie deficit. However, for most people, processed sugar hijacks this reward system that we have with these hormones called leptin and ghrelin, which tell our body how full we are or how hungry we are, okay? When you have an extremely high processed carbohydrate diet or processed sugar diet, you are going to get these hunger cravings. Everybody sort of knows this. This is really important to know. When you stop eating sugar for 14 days and you replace some of that with healthy fats and healthy proteins, your body will find it way easier to go into that calorie deficit. You're not going to be getting those hunger cravings. So this happens with so many people that we see quit sugar for 14 days or 30 days. They end up losing fat because their body isn't always in this mode where it's starving for your next meal. So quitting processed sugar can absolutely help eliminate some of that belly fat that so many people are trying to get rid of. The next thing that will happen when you quit sugar for 14 days is your brain will function better. Many people describe this as brain fog, but we can look at studies to find out what is actually happening when you have this higher sugar diet, and it is bad for your brain health. So if you're somebody at work or at school and you just find yourself having trouble focusing, you don't know what it is, your sleep's good, trust me, eliminating this processed sugar for 14 days is going to massively change the way your brain works. When we look at this 2021 study, a diet high in sugar and fat, which is the modern American diet, influences neurotransmitter metabolism and then affects brain function by altering gut microbiota. The researchers here looked at multiple mechanisms on how your neurotransmitter secretion can be altered by your gut microbiome. This is particularly relevant when we talk to those functional medicine doctors that I've had on the podcast. You can actually do neurotransmitter tests. So you can see your dopamine adrenaline ratio. And both of those doctors, when we talk to them, discuss how people that are eating a lot of processed sugar always have bad results in their gut tests and their neurotransmitter tests. So eliminating sugar is going to create a more favorable environment because most of your neurotransmitters are actually produced in your gut. So when we go back to the first study that we talked about with the gut microbiome, this doesn't only affect your gut. It's not only happening right here. It's happening in your brain. This is very critical. And one of the reasons I feel like I can focus so well and do all that I do is my diet, is my good diet. I am not consuming processed sugar, which is going to create this negative feedback loop where my body's just chewing through these neurotransmitters. We already have enough inputs, negative inputs with the phone, dopamine addiction, and you're just making life harder for you by consuming so much processed sugar. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is how to quit processed sugar. I'm going to give you some simple tips and tricks that are going to help you ditch the soda, ditch the cake, ditch the candy, whatever it is. Number one is L-glutamine powder. L-glutamine powder can help with these sugar cravings. So when you get that sugar craving, you're going to put some L-glutamine powder into some water, mix it up with some electrolytes would be ideal because electrolyte imbalance is going to cause you to crave certain foods. So you want to have your electrolytes dialed in. Scoop of glutamine, scoop of electrolytes, mix it up in a big thing of water, which will also help with food cravings. And you're going to drink that. And then you're going to let that settle in your system for 10 to 15 minutes before reevaluating how much of a craving you really have. The second thing that I want you to go for is fruit. Find high fiber, lower sugar fruit, stuff like berries. Apples are pretty decent. I would call those more moderate sugar. And you're going to start to eat that when you want something sweet. There's also natural sweeteners like monk fruit and stevia that can be your friend here. There's a soda alternative called Zevia, which is sweetened with stevia, which can be a great idea. I'm obviously not a fan of some of these artificial sweeteners like aspartame. However, if you are morbidly obese and you are watching this and you're like, should I just drink regular Coca-Cola or aspartame sweetened Coca-Cola? You should drink aspartame sweetened Coca-Cola. And it's crazy to even hear me say that, but it is clear. All of the evidence shows that excess high fructose corn syrup consumption, it's clear that it messes you up. There are also other supplements that can help you balance your blood sugar. Supplements like alpha-lipoic acid, also known as ALA, can help your liver function and help you balance blood sugar. So it's going to be really crucial. With that cognitive function, you want to look into supplements like N-acetylcysteine, which is really going to help your brain function and your endocrine system function. So those are some things that are definitely going to help you, and it's on you at the end of the day. The biggest thing, guys, when it comes down to it, people say all this bullshit. This is willpower. It is willpower. When I'm giving $100 to people to quit soda, I hear so often, I need it. I need it. No, you don't. Our species would have never, got here if we needed high fructose corn syrup with red 40 in it to be here. It's just not true, okay? So you need to use some willpower. Will it be hard to go 14 days without processed sugar? Yes. Is it achievable? Yes. You need to avoid agave syrup, brown rice syrup, corn syrup, cane sugar, organic cane sugar, coconut sugar. So you need to start to read labels, look into it, and quit sugar for 14 days. Send this to somebody in your life who you really want to quit this stuff. It's hidden in baked goods. It's hidden in cereal, obviously. It's hidden in bread. It's hidden in so many things. So do a deep dive into your fridge, into your kitchen. Get rid of some of this processed sugar, and trust me, 14 days can change your life. Let me know if this helped you, or if you have any questions about processed sugar consumption, any ideas on how to quit. Maybe you have quit sugar and you want to help somebody in the comments below. Go for it. I love you guys so much. Stay healthy and stay off that processed sugar. Let's go.